This video is going to highlight some of our nonfiction titles that would be great to use in speech therapy. The first book that I want to talk about is called Secrets of the Seashore, and it's from our Shine a Light series. This is a series that requires a flashlight to show hidden pictures that are in the book. This is obviously about a seashore and a tide pool, but we have lots of other titles. There's one about airplanes, there's one about an apple tree and ecosystems, there's a train one, vegetable garden, there's a few others that are just really fun. So this one, like I said, is about tide pools. So you get to the first page and there's the picture of the tide pool, and it says, you know, what does it look like? What happens when the tide comes in? And so then you just get your flashlight and you shine it behind the picture. My flashlight doesn't work the greatest, but I will do my best to show you here. So you can see when you shine the flashlight, oh, it's all splashing, and you can see everything that's in the tide pool. So I think that this is just a fun, really engaging book that, you know, your kids could get excited about. And each of the pages has this feature, and then on the back there's more information, you know, about what the picture is, so you can see, you know, what it was that was shining through. And you know, I think that this could work for all levels. You know, you could have kids who are just excited about requesting the flashlight to shine, if that's where your kids are at. So this is a really fun series. It's one of our most popular ones. The next book I want to show you is Question and Answers, Lift the Flap. This one is about animals, but there's some others in this series too. And I just think that this is a great book to use for just demonstrating and modeling how to ask WH questions and, you know, the information that you're trying to learn from each WH question. So each page is a different WH word. So here's where, how, why, and then each one of these has, you know, a flap that they can get the answer from. So, like I said, just a really fun way to model some of these questions and how to answer them and what kind of information you're looking for. So that's a fun one. The next book is in our series, The Big Book of Big, and this is Big Book of Big Machines. And again, there's lots in this series, just like I've been saying. There's an animals, there's a body one, there's a space one, there's one about bugs, there's just all sorts of different ones. So anyway, what I love about these books is they open up to these big pages. There's 4 fold-outs that fold out into big, huge displays of whatever the book is about. So there's just really engaging. There's facts all over this about all the different machines. So, you know, you can talk about describing the machines or comparing one machine to the other. And I think just if you have a kid who's really interested in a topic, this could be a fun way to engage them in, you know, learning about some of these things and going into more detail. The next book is from our beginner series, and these are fantastic books, I think, to just give you a good idea of a reference book and what to look for if you're, you know, using a book like this. So each one has a contents page, and there's a glossary and an index. So like I said, just figuring out how to navigate through a book, I think this is a really good choice. There's like 30 of these, I think, in our series. So there's a ton to choose from. And I love it too because each page has a real picture, and then there's some drawings about a different thing. And there's just, you know, lots of good vocabulary, lots of good, just different things to learn about whatever the topic is. And I like too, they just have different things. Like here's a sequencing page talking about, you know, how you're going to learn to ride. So yeah, there's just lots of really good information. And again, if you have just a specific topic that you're working on, you can kind of pull one of these in. And they're really high quality. They're only $4.99. And each one of them has some internet, well, I'm not sure if all of them do, but most of them have some internet links that you can go to find out more information about whatever this topic is. So these are really fun. The last things that I want to show you are kind of 3 different levels of a similar series. So first off, these are the Peek Inside books. And this one is the Peek Inside Zoo. And so this is for like maybe preschool age kids, kindergarten. It has flaps. and just kind of basic factual information about these different things. So here you have the pandas, and it talks about how the panda's eating and chewing through hundreds of bamboo stems a day. There's a page that it's talking about the caterpillars in the butterfly garden, and it goes from the caterpillar to the chrysalis to the butterfly. And so just kind of your beginner kind of nonfiction book of looking inside a different place. And these flaps are just really fun. The next book that is kind of in this similar series, which is just the next level up, is the Look Inside book. And this is Look Inside Your Body. And again, it's a flip the flap book. But it has just all sorts of information about the body. I love all of these flaps. There's about the intestines. It's about eating food and what happens when you eat food. But like I said, there's just all these different layers of flaps, layers within layers, and just so much information and great visuals. So obviously our kiddos are really helped by great visuals, and this is one of them. And then the next level up in this series is See Inside, and this is See Inside Your Body. Again, all of these have, multiple titles for different topics. This is going to be, like mid-elementary, even your middle school kids. Just a really, fun way to learn. These have flaps too, so just a fun way to engage and have again, just great visuals and ways to just learn interesting things and get your kids kind of involved and having to do a, sort of kinetic thing to find out the information. So yeah, these are a lot of our nonfiction titles. We have a bunch more. Usborne's really known for publishing fantastic nonfiction that can be used, in classrooms and therapy rooms for homeschooling. There's, just a lot of great resources here. So I hope that you found something that you think is interesting and that you think would be useful in your therapy.